I stumbled upon a testimony on the internet so shocking and disturbing I have to share it. There's a lady, she was studying up on the Mandela Effect, where people claim that words in the Bible have been altered, and she absolutely remembers where it said, wineskins. Don't put old wine into new wineskins, lest it burst, And as a believer in the King James Bible as the infallible Word of God, so she was checking all of her King James Bibles, and she had one that was locked in a wooden box for years. Then when she read Mark 2:22, so excited because the Bible still said wineskins. So she closed the book and went to show her husband, and once she opened it, it had been altered. It changed to bottles. Once the Bible hit the air, it changed to bottles. Now that is so freaky and disturbing. That's really not C.E.R.N. That really sounds like the powers of the air, or the prince of the air has changed the Bible. The prince of the air has changed the word in a matter of 3 minutes. And it goes on to say, this is the end time deceitful work of him. And there may be a great falling away among Christians in the end, because truth is all confusing. Words in the Bible, it may alter hints to kill homosexuals, some kind of hatred against homosexuals, and the New World Order may ban or outlaw the Bible, which people have seen visions and dreams of the future where the Bible is banned or outlawed. But that is so shocking and disturbing. She had it locked up in a box, and when it hit the air, when the pages touched the air, the powers of the air literally changed it. Here's another testimony. I have studied, taught, and preached the Word of God, King James Version, 1611 Bible, for 34 years. Yes, it used to say sparrow instead of raven in Luke 12:24. So there are some ministers that actually admit words in the Bible are being altered. Which really brings you to the question, are all television ministers controlled? Because if these people have been preaching the word for 20, 30 years, they would know that words in the Bible have been altered, but yet they're not saying a word. I mean, that one guy, Jack Van Impe, he claims to have practically memorized the entire Bible, but yet he's not saying one word to anyone that any words have been altered or changed. There's another guy, Perry Stone, claims to have been studying the Bible for 40 to 50,000 hours. Well, he would know that words in the Bible have been changed or altered, but yet he's not going to say a word, which brings you to the conclusion. Are they all controlled? They would have to be, right? See, if that lady's testimony is true, she had a Bible locked up, and when it hit the air, when the pages touched the air, it was supernaturally changed, or the powers of the air changed it, which means C.E.R.N. and this time traveling, they did not send someone back to, the 1609 to, tell their Freemason brothers, hey, change these words in the Bible, such and such. That's not what happened. They may fire up their particle accelerator and jump through their time portal and mess around with things, but as far as the Bible goes, there's something far greater and more powerful than what we think that is altering the Bible. That testimony totally changes everything. It's not some guy jumping through a time portal and telling his Freemason brothers, hey man, let's screw with people in the future, man, change these words and all this. No, it's bigger than that. And the only way that the powers of the air or the powers of darkness could change words in the Bible is if God allowed it. And it might have something to do with the great falling away, which is prophesied in the Bibles. We have to keep in mind, God can drop people dead if he wants to. There's no judge and jury above God to tell him what he can and cannot do. If he wanted to throw the devil into the lake of fire right now and brutally torture him, there's no policeman to tell God what he can and cannot do. God is ultimately allowing this to happen. What makes me so angry is all these so-called ministers, these anointed ministers, they're not saying a word. They would have to know that words in the Bible have been altered and changed, and yet they're not going to say a word. They're just going to pretend like, no, everything's okay.